Dream11 Spice Isle 10-20 tournament, of course, in progress. One match already completed for the day, and we're on to number two. Match number 2 for today, and match number 5 overall. The Ginger Generals, of course, coming up against Clove Challengers, and we will, in fact, give you the lineup shortly. But let's go to Kerry Frank first. We'd have the toss, and then we'll give you the lineup.
Welcome to the toss for match 5 in the Dream11 Spice Isle T10 tournament. At the toss, we have the match referee, Mr. Carl Felix. We have the two captains, Cyprian Forsyth, home captain, and Roland Cato, the away captain. And we have Mr. John Mack, the third umpire, who is all overseeing the toss. Hand it over to Mr. Felix, who will present the coin to the tossing captain.
All right, this is the coin we're going to use. Tail, head, home captain.
So Forsyth has the call is a head.
Call is head, and it's a tail.
It's a tail. Yet again, it's a tail. So we're going to have a chat with Mr. Forsyth. Cyprian, you've won the toss. Today is a fresh day, obviously. A difficult game yesterday. What are you looking to do first up?
Well, we're going to bowl first. Yesterday is gone. We have a new day today, and we're going to look to approach it confidently.
All right. The mood and the change in the room from yesterday to this morning?
We're good. Cricket is such a game that you have up days, you have down days, and we just saw that as a down day, and we're looking to bounce back here.
All right. You have decided to bowl first. What sort of total you think you have in mind to restrict what promises to be a powerful batting lineup by Ginger Generals?
I think anything on 100 runs is good. The wicket is good, the outfield is good. So anything on 100 we'll be happy with.
All right. Finally, in terms of the squad, any changes from yesterday to today's match?
No, we're playing the same team.
All right. Well, Forsyth, we want to wish you and challengers all the best for today.
Thanks much.
All right. We're now going to have a chat with Roland Cato. Cato, you've lost the toss, asked to bat first. Is that what you had in mind also?
No, if I won the toss, I would have done the same as the man field first. But nevertheless, it's cricket. One team had to bat first, one had to bowl first. So it's just about we going outside there and applying ourselves and putting a good score on the board.
Had a big victory yesterday in match 1 of the tournament. How are the guys reacting to that as they prepare for this encounter?
The guys are happy, and we didn't play a complete game, but 2 points on the board is always good. So it's just about coming here today and improving from our last game and trying to do better.
The wicket looks good. It looks like there's a little bit more assistance in it for the fast bowlers as compared to yesterday's track. With all that being said, what do you think is a good total to set?
The wicket looks as a good wicket, so we're looking at 130 plus. So just that the batsman come out to apply themselves.
And finally, any changes in the squad?
No change. We go with the same team.
All right, well, Kito, we want to wish you and Generals all the best in this encounter.
All right, thank you very much.
So to recap the news from the middle, Clove Challengers have won the toss and they've asked Ginger Generals to bat.
So we just learned that Clove Challengers, they've won the toss, and they have opted. They've won the toss. So the lineup, we'll try to give you that as soon as possible. Clove Challengers against the Gingers, and we'll give you the lineup. So Ginger Generals, of course, will be batting. So let's give you the lineup for the Clove Challengers. Cyprian Forsyth, Teddy Bishop, Jamie Buddy, Denroy Charles, Daniel George, Melvin Gordon, Bronson Johnson, Darren Ned, Gerard Noel, Kimo Peters, and Casimir Thomas. That's the lineup for Clove Challengers. Ginger Generals would be led by Roland Cato, Sean Andrew, Wibble Benjamin, Reynold Charles, Larry Edwards, Michael Fraser, Keon George, Anil Matthew, Daniel McDonald, Neelan Pascal, and Nicholas Redhead. As we welcome and say good afternoon to Denroy Lewis.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to the listeners worldwide.
Right, so second match, the 5th match of the tournament, second match for today. And Ginger General, the opening pair, Keon George and Anil Matthew. And here is the first ball, down the leg side. Second ball, beg your pardon, wide, confirmed by the umpire. So, Keon George, opening with Anil Matthew. Jamie Buddy from the far end in bright sunshine. It really is quite glorious. Sun is out, rather green outfield, and green surroundings too, with the rainy season officially starting outside the arch stump. The official start of the rainy season today. So, welcome to the official rainy season. It wasn't a harsh dry season though.
Not at all.
Certainly was sprinkled with rain throughout the dry season, and quite unexpectedly we had quite a bit of rain also in the month of April. Unseasonal rain they call it. So Buddy is going to move in once more to bowl to George. Here he is, and George is advancing down the track. Had a big swish at that one, didn't make contact, collected behind the stumps. You're just wondering whether there's a need for that. Keep your eyes on the ball. And it's not always about being unorthodox, really. You've got to be innovative. But while that is the case, you can also play good, genuine cricket shot and be equally effective.
Yeah. And you have to be rather selective too, when playing those shots.
So here's Buddy again from the far end. Moves in and bowls to George. Gets a wayward delivery down the leg side. Another wide signal by the umpire. Maybe striding for that extra pace. But of course, line and length. Important components of bowling, whether you're a fast bowler or spin bowler, medium fast, really doesn't matter. So very important to get your line right and your length right. And on that occasion, his length might have been good, but his line was poor. Outside the stump, struck back past the bowler, not as convincingly as he would like. Is George. Got more the inner portion of the bat and hit it hard into the ground. There was a lot of bottom hand into the shot, maybe trying to hit it too hard. But he's up the mark. He's gone to one. The ball went down to mid-off. Brings Anil Matthew into strike. Just to let you know that there is a slip in. There is a third man. You can hear the wind blowing into outside microphone, so it's not still out there. Good breeze blowing across the ground as Buddy moves in again, this time to bowl to Anil Matthew. He's there now, and he is poking the ball behind the to backward point, and George was really coming down the track very quickly, but had to be sent back, quite rightly too. So, Ginger Generals. As Matthew taps away at the crease. Buddy's in and bowls. Comes down the track. Places up at mid-on. They've got to hurry. The return comes in. And just managed to get there. It would have been a tight call. But might have just get there even if it had struck the stumps. Good call.
Good fill-in by Cyprian Forsyth at mid-off. Very good pick up there.
Yes, you always got to be so alert when fielding, especially in this shortened version. Here is the Buddy bowls, and George hits that down to mid-on. They go for a single and they get it backed up in the outfield. So that completes the over. Is there one more to go? That completes the over. So the first over rather. Just 6 runs on the board, and Ginger Generals, of course, sent into bat by Clove challengers who won the toss.
So very good start there by Jimmy Buddy. Very good over there. I guess as much Ginger Generals who think it's a sedated start, but 9 overs so good he can actually accelerate as the innings continues.
Yeah, we did talk about the pitch this morning and the fact that it had such good carry, very much in contrast to the pitch that was played on yesterday. This one looked a little bit more juicy, much more life attached to it, and the bowlers did get good bunks.
Yeah, they did, definitely so. He's also good for batting. I think he's a good challenge between bat and ball.
Yes. Thing is that the ball is coming on, and once it's coming on, of course, you can play your shots. Dana George from the northern Odabo end, and Keon George takes might well be a Lexington guard, as George, with the number 7 jockeying on his back, is in and bowls to down the leg side. Keon George just allowed it to go by. See what the umpire would signal. It'd be a wide, now confirmed, and the batsman had the opportunity to take the single because the keeper didn't collect it rather cleanly. Ricocheted from his glove, and the batsman saw the opportunity and took the run. Brings Matthew into strike. Matthew, the right-hander. George, left-handed. George, who I thought had tremendous potential to go on as a young cricketer, but maybe didn't quite live up to the expectations. Here's Dana George, bowled to Matthews, wrapped on the pad, the ball sinking down the leg side. No real convincing appeal from the close-in fieldsman. I think everybody saw that was sinking down the leg side, looking to turn that through mid-wicket, but didn't make contact. So there is just a slip in. There's a third man right back on the boundary, a sweeper. Cover square, extra cover mid-off. Mid-on is conventional, mid-wicket, straight. Then there's a man just inside the circle at fine leg. Delivery that is bringing the batsman forward, looking to turn it out on the onside. Didn't make contact. The ball cannoned into the pad and spiraled out on the onside. The bowler ran through very quickly to prevent the batsman from crossing for the single, but they got there. So total has moved on now to 9. We're on over number 1.
Very good start by the over there by Dina George.
It's just making sure that his mid-off fielder is exactly where he wants him. Moves in now to bowl to George. George is cutting. Oh, good diving stop there at the extra cover. Knocked it down.
Good filling by Denry Charles.
Yes, if that had passed, it would have gone through for a boundary.
See, at least save at least 2 runs, you know.
So he got a single, but it was hit very quickly, traveling quickly to the right, and he ran across and knocked it down. I think they're going to now send the mid-wicket down to right back on the boundary. So you've got 2 fielders on the boundary, down at the mid-wicket, and then the sweeper. Here is a delivery right up in the block hole, slanting down the leg side. There's an appeal for leg before, not given out by the umpire. Might have just touched the pad on the way through to the keeper, who made a good diving stop. Umpire answered in the negative. Total remains on 10 without loss. Again, full credit to the Grenada Cricket Association for organizing this tournament, which has gotten the participation of these teams, and they've all really delved into it and they're enjoying every moment. Dana George in bowls, looking to swing that through mid-wicket. They go through for a very quick single. The return comes in at the non-striker's end and hits Anil Matthew as he was striding away home. Just ricochets and goes out behind him, but the batsman crossed for the single. So one delivery coming up, last delivery coming up in this over. Run rate they've not really careened ahead. It's just 6 runs per over, but it's still early days. The important thing is that they've not lost a wicket, and I don't think they want whatever happened this morning as a repeat of that. They don't want to lose wicket very early. Ginger Generals 11 without loss. Here is George. Bowls. Keon George had a big booming driver, that one, but body not in position and missed everything. Collected behind the stumps. The over comes to an end after 2 overs. Both batsmen are on 3, and it's 11 without loss.
Right, very good start there by Clove Challengers. After 2 overs, 11 runs. Seeded start by Ginger Generals. I think we in for a very good treat in the culminating 8 overs. Dina George just completed his over, going just for 5 runs. It was a good start there by Clove Challengers.
So we have pace from the far end. Seems to be Ned who will move in to bowl to Matthew. Here he is now, bowls wayward outside the off stump. Wide signal by the umpire. Ball collected behind the stumps. We've had quite a bit of wides, as expected, of course, in shorter versions of the game, where, of course, the call is not like the conventional first class matches. But when you've got the 2020, 10-10, and one internationals, the rules are much stricter. There is Ned in both to Matthew outside the off stump, gets onto the back foot and just carts it down to the sweeper position. Would get a comfortable single. So he's moved on by 1. He's got to 4. Total's gone to 13. So it's been a rather sedate start here by Ginger Generals. Quiet. We expect the tempo to pick up as the innings gets a little older. But the ploy now seems to be to try to keep wickets intact. But don't forget, this is in the power play, and most teams tend to want to score very heavily in the power play.
Definitely.
Ned to George. George clips it nicely behind square on the leg side. Would get 1. They won't come back for the second as the return comes in from the keeper. So good coverage moving across to his right. Had to cover maybe about 20 yards, picked up, and then almost one motion sent it back to the keeper. Matthew now comes into strike. Quiet start here by Ginger General. Here is Ned to bowl to Matthew. Big swish outside the off stump. Might have taken his eyes off the ball, saw it short, eyes lit up, but never got across. So many of these batsmen at times, they tend to play with the body away from the ball. It's always advisable to get as close to the ball as possible.
That is true, you know. Maybe try to hit this one a little bit hard too.
Ned again to Matthew. Now Matthew pulls this one down to the mid-wicket boundary. That's a fine shot, 4 runs. Short onto the back foot, and I think he tucked it from outside the off stump and hit it nicely over mid-wicket and got it for 4. I think he didn't. He's a tall man, so he was able to pull that one and didn't have any difficulty at all in hitting it down to the mid-wicket boundary for 4. Good shot. It's gone to 8. Edward bowl again to Anil Matthew. Having a big swing at that one outside the off stump. I think it was a slower ball, so played way ahead of it when he already was into the shot. The ball was just now coming to him. Good disguise, slow ball there by Ned.
Yeah, good variation there by Ned.
You can hear the chirping and the encouragement from the players as Ned makes his way, passes the umpire in now and bowls outside the off stump. He's that in the air just over the head of the fielder, and they will in fact get just a single. Well, it wasn't timed the manner in which he really wanted. You're looking at the bottom of the bat, the toe end of the bat, not happy with that, but they get a single. The over comes to an end. 3 overs gone. It's 19 without loss.
After 3 overs, 19 without loss, I think that's a very slow start there by Ginger Generals. I think they need to up tempo their innings. You know, take a little bit more risk there by Kian and Anil Matthew.
Yes, it's important. They've not lost a wicket. That's important. And now you've got to think about taking a bit of chance here and there. If you're going to be playing the shorter version and you're afraid and you're a coward, you're not going to score many. You've got to be brave, you've got to be audacious, and like in some things in life as a whole, you've got to take some risk.
And definitely, while taking the risk, you got to be selective.
That's correct. Risk doesn't mean that you've got to be always risky.
Yeah.
So here is a full toss that is hit down to mid wicket, and they will in fact get two because it was misfielded there at mid on, and they come back for the second run. I think Darren Ned just having a bit of a mix up there with his partner there at mid wicket, but they got two in the end. Batsman having a bit of a mid-wicket dialogue, something that the old cricketers used to do quite a lot. Batsmen spoke a lot between the pitch. Full toss, hits down to the deep backward square area. That's going to go into the boundary for four runs. I thought height also came into place, but the umpire seemed to suggest that it was okay. Just look at that. Just wondering whether it was a little bit above the waist height. But the umpire suggested no, it was pretty good. But it was tugged around to the backward square boundary for four.
Very good shot there by Anil. I think that would give him the opportunity to actually accelerate.
Here is Buddy in once more. Bowls down the leg side. It's in the air. It's going down to mid on. The catch is going to be taken. And so he's gone. Net takes the catch. It was a short ball, and Matthew was looking to hike that over mid wicket. Didn't really get a good hit, so to speak. It wasn't clean. It was in the air. The catch has been taken by Ned. And so Matthew goes, cut Ned of the bowling of Buddy. He's gone for 15. And Ginger Generals, they've lost the first wicket with a total at 25.
Very good bowling there by Jimmy Buddy. I think he actually bowled a short delivery, and Anil Mati looking to pull that delivery into the boundary, looking for the maximum. Actually miscued it, and it was a very simple catch there from Darren Ned.
Right, so he is gone. Didn't get really didn't get over the top of that one at all. But he's played his hand, played his role. He's gone for 15 or 14 balls, hit 2 fours. So at least he got them off to a bit of a start, not a very quick start. Roland Cato now joins Keon George. And the batsman did cross while the ball was airborne. So it will be George taking strike. Here is Buddy in now on balls to George. Outside the arse stump. Off the back foot. Cuts well. 4 runs. Beautiful. It was short. And that's where so many left-handers like it. Onto the back foot very quickly. And he cut that just behind square on the offside. And it went down to the boundary for 4. That's taken his individual tally now to 8. And the total is pushed up to 29 for 1.
Very good shot there by Keon. It was short outside off stump, and he dealt with severely, pass backward point for 4 runs.
So it's his opportunity now with Matthew having departed. Here's Buddy in now, balls down the ground. Fine shot. That's a lovely shot. 2-3 bounces just over the line now for 4. He advanced down the track, got it very clean, just about 5 inches from the base. From the middle of the bat, Willow and Leather met each other, and there was a sweet sound of music as that ball raced back past the bowler for 4. Lovely shot. He's now moved on to 12 into double figures. So back-to-back 4s here by Keon George. I think he's beginning to open up those shoulders.
Definitely. I think he's ready. And
Buddy once more in outside the off stump. Slower delivery. Deceived George in the process, who tried to cut. The over comes to an end, so 4 overs gone, and after 4, Ginger Generals, who were sent in to bat, they're 33 for 1.
Yeah, the run rate at 8.25, I think is a very good start. With 6 overs remaining, they can actually accelerate, and with the captain Roland Cato out in the middle, and the experienced Key and George, they can actually bring this total to a rather competitive one.
Yes, so this might turn out to be an important partnership, and two experienced cricketers. One, of course, Cato had gone on to play for the West Indies B team. A very good player. His performance may have tapered off a bit, but that does not in any way suggest that his playing career has been diminished. He really is an outstanding player. Just needs consistency and has to learn to concentrate. That's very important. So Grenada is now, Noel, beg your pardon, is called into the attack, and he'll be bowling from the southern or River Road end. So Noel is coming at a very important time, a very critical time too, when the batsman will be trying to really push it on outside the off stump, cut down to backward point, more so to a widest third man rather, but can't score.
Good start there by Geron Noel. Good start. Kito is rather selective in his first ball.
Here he is once more, Boso Cato. Cato is off the back foot, and again, this time he gets a single, and in fact, will beat the fielder, and it will go very close to the boundary. As who is it there? Is it Johnson that must have missed it?
Yeah, Bronson Johnson.
Yes, upset with himself, and has every reason to be. Batsman had time to cross for two, so Cato is off the mark. Total's gone to 35 for 1. Here is a delivery outside the off stump. Cato having to stretch for it. Just then looked up in a very inquiring manner to the umpire as if to say, wasn't that a white, sir? And the umpire remained unmoved as Noel again moves in and bowls, and Cato comes forward, just pushes it out on the offside in a rather easy, comfortable manner, gets a single, takes his total as the ball was pushed out to extra cover onto 3, and is now gone to 36 for 1. Brings the left-handed Keon George now into strike. Only batsman to go. Anil Matthew was caught down ahead of the bowling of Jamie Body for 15. And the total is now gone to 36 for 1. The fielder mid-on has now come out to short extra cover. Here is Noel in, bowls, good delivery right up in the block hole. And George can do no more but to come down rather heavily on it and pushed it back for the bowler to get an accommodating bounce. Delivery again, that is hit down to the long on area. Would that catch be taken? No. Drop just in front the fielder down there, but I'm sure that the skipper won't be very happy with that at all. Should have really come in and taken that catch. It did stay and delayed in the air for quite a bit, and he should have been coming in.
Yeah, I think that the chance missed there by the Clove challengers. I think Captain Cyprian Forsyth would be very disappointed with Darren Ned's effort there. But all in all, I think Keon George would be happy that he have another opportunity to actually accelerate and build on his innings.
Yeah, that's Darren Ned, who was down there at long off and really should have been taking the catch. Should have taken the catch. So 5 overs gone, and at the end of 5 overs, 36 for 1. More thoughts from you, Denroy, and then it'll be Raphael Crony.
Right, okay, so thank you. So we are in the halfway stage of the innings. At the end of 5 overs, 36 for the loss of 1 wicket. And we have the new batsman, new bowler, Denroy Charles, coming in to bowl there. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yeah, afternoon, Denroy. Hope you had a good lunch.
Yes, I definitely did.
Right, the right arm off spinner, Denroy Charles. This one is played to the cover fielder, Roland Cato. We are in the 6th over. Pretty slow start. 37 for 1 in 6 overs. They certainly will want to step it up. Although we have seen 106 prove difficult, but they would be hoping to get past that. Left-handed Keon George on 12. This one is hit and it goes down to the fielder at long off, wide long off, who take a beautiful catch. And Keon George is looking to go over the top and only able to hold out that fielder at a wide long off position, who took a very good run and catch.
Very good catch there by the fielder at deep cover. It's very much judged and well taken at the end. But what is surprising here, I realize that Clove challengers actually had a very good plan. They actually bowling a little wide outside off stump, and the field is well set for that particular bowling.
Yeah, and this is what you want to see in this T10 game. You want to see plan, and as you rightly say, we have seen it in the game before where I think the bowlers bowl well. The slow ball, they keep pitching it wider, so the batsmen. Most of the batsmen were basically pulling away from the ball and trying to hit it over the top. So this ball is played down to long on Keto as he ambles another single. He moves to 5. Keto 5 from 6 deliveries. He certainly would want to play a captain's inning today.
Yeah, rather slow start there by him, but he'd actually have to consider it and be rather selective to ensure that his team has a very competitive total.
Yeah, most definitely. Denoy Charles, shot number 10, and this one is played to backward point again. The batsman there in Weevil, Benjamin, was looking to play this one on the onside, take the outside edge and went on the offside. And a backward point position. It's 38 for 2. The 6 over. Toss up again. This one hitting straight down to long on for 4. Good shot played there by Benjamin. The long on fielder was a bit in Jaron Noel was wide and really didn't have much of a chance. This one went down to the ground for 4.
Yeah, very good shot there by Weaver Benjamin. I think he played that ball rather straight and kept that bat straight to Henry to get good results for the shot played.
Yeah, he picked the gap well. So Benjamin is 4. Down the track again. This one goes straight to Jaron Noel. And he pick up another single.
So Noel came in a little bit straighter, so hence the reason why only one was given for that particular shot.
So that's the end of the over. So 6 overs, 43 for 2. Keon George was caught by Gordon, bowled by Denoy Charles. He scored 12 with 13 deliveries, 26 minutes, had 2 fours. And Anu Matthew, he was caught by Ned off the bowling of body. 15 for 15, 14 balls. And he also had 2 fours. Keto not out on 5, and Benjamin not out on 5.
So 4 overs left. I think Ginger Generals are looking at least at 10 runs per over to at least get over 80, to be rather competitive.
Yeah, well, most definitely they probably may look for more than that, but so far I think Clove challengers would, as you say, would want to push on for even probably a little more than 80. Yeah.
So that's a very good start there by Casimir Thomas. I think that's the first 2 deliveries actually a 1 and a dot ball. So that's a good start there into the 7th over.
Yeah, keeping it really tight, not giving much away. Thomas. This one is driven down the ground long off, and they won't be too put off about the 1s and the 2s, but not giving the boundaries away.
Yeah, the captain Cyprian Fawcett must be happy with what this proceeding so far. Only singles and less boundaries, Weevil Benjamin is a very attacking batsman. I think he would definitely attack Casimir Thomas.
This one is hit down again, straight to the cover fielder. They have been also setting some good fields, as we see cover fielder coming in there. Again, not timing it well is Benjamin. Keto again hitting down the ground. Mid-on just comes in again. He ambles another single. Have been a good over so far by Thomas. Only considered 4 runs in the over.
He needs to finish strong.
This one finally we hit away. Good shot by Benjamin. Just slightly short in length, and he was back and hit it down to backward square leg, and he went down to the boundary for 4. So he didn't finish as strong as we expected him, you know. But I think still a good over. 51 for 2 in 7.
Yeah, and that was a 50 up there for Ginger Generals after 47 deliveries. 31 minutes, 6 fours and no sixes.
Yes, I think Clove challengers won't be too perturbed. They have already bowled 7 overs, 51 for 2. So they certainly want to get up probably close to 100. Clove Ginger Generals will definitely want to get up to 100. But it certainly would means that for the next 3 overs, it had to be big overs. Gerald Noel, off spinner. This one is hit long down. This goes over long on, and a huge 6 hit there by Roland Keto, who's known to hit a long ball. And this one was pitched up by Noel and really given the right treatment. 57 for 2. Keto is on 13. So far, Keto is first 6. First boundary. It's Gerard Noel, right arm off spin to Keto. Keto is driving the cover. A good stop by the fielder in cover there. Who had to move to his left. So one more as I welcome back Ali.
Thank you.
Another single to cover. We are in the 8th over, 59 for 2. And Ali, they certainly want to really step it up with the last few overs. They have only lost 2 wickets.
Yeah, and Keto and Benjamin, 2 pretty good hitters at the ball in. I would think that they would expect to step up the momentum.
Yeah, really the overs is running out, and they obviously now will have to try to step it up. The field for Noel, long on, wide long on, mid wicket on the boundary, and Keto is bad. He bowled him. Benjamin there looking for the big hit and swinging right across that delivery. He had to crash into his stump, and Benjamin just being bowled for 12.
Well, not much option for him. I think he has to get on with it. Probably didn't pick the right delivery. It was on his middle stump. Maybe it would have been better advised that he had hit straight. He tried to pull it along away, and again the wicket. I would say 2 bounce. That one didn't lift as much. Some keep a bit low, some a bit high. But this one was just about 3/4 the height of the stump, and he was bowled.
Yeah, I agree with you. It probably would have been a better thing for him to hit straight. But he's looking to hit across. So in come Larry Edwards. And Larry Edwards from St. Lucia. Split with the Volcano. Also windwards. A very useful left arm spinner, very good left arm spinner, useful with the bat. This one pushed back, just past the bowler. A misfeeling by Noel there. Just seemed to slip on that ball past him.
His hands and legs seems to get tangled with each other, and the ball went past him for an easy single.
So 61 for 3 after 8. As we conclude the 8th over, and we expect to see some fireworks in the next 2 overs.
But 12 deliveries left, no option but to try to get as many runs as possible on the board. Only 3 wickets down, so they have wickets in hand. The question, are the hitters behind? But Kato is still there, and Kato could hit the ball, so I think they're probably still confident that they could get to the 100 mark.
Yeah, they would want to probably get up to around 90. This one is giving some air, and Edwards looking to sweep, made no contact. As Thomas in the second over. First over had none for 8. Short delivery and pulled down to mid wicket. I was making a point in terms of the field placement. I think that Cyprian Forsyth doing, as a captain, doing a very good job in terms of his field placement.
He's an experienced cricketer. He has played quite a bit of cricket.
So Captain Keto comes into strike. And for this delivery, he's hitting over mid-off. Let's see. Yeah, going to clear the mid-off and goes over the boundary for 6. Certainly, we need to see a lot more of those shots. But he really had to reach for it.
Well, the bowler tried to get it wide as possible, but he was still in line.
And this one goes over long, and this is for a bigger 6. Again, yeah, into the stands there. Just giving that a little more air, and really key to take full advantage and hit it over long on for 6.
He is right in the arc, and he's a off spinner bowling into the batter, and bowling just on about the off stumper. He'll be asking for it to be hit. At this stage, you will hit at these deliveries.
Well, that is third 6. 2 in this over. He's 27. And the score moves to 74. Probably still can get up to 90. And for this delivery, he's hitting again. Let's see if it's going to clear. The long on fielder comes wrong and take the catch. Again, looking to play the same shot, but didn't really hit it. It just seemed as though he flicked it instead of hitting it. And just didn't have enough to clear it long on. And the fielder, they coming on very easily and take a comfortable catch.
I think it was a quicker delivery and probably got him a little quicker than he expected. He didn't have the full leverage as the previous 2 shots that went for 6. I also thought that one was in the arc, and really he should have gone for it. He went for it, but his timing and was not as expected as the 2 previous deliveries, and easy catch to wide long on.
Yes, and it was a bit closer to him also. So he didn't really have the room to swing the bat freely. And as such, this is why he more look as a pickup shot. McDonald is hitting down to long on for 1. Daniel McDonald. So that completes over number 9. 75 for 4. With 1 over to go. They will certainly want it to be a big over.
Well, as we said, the past score is just around 100, and we saw the first game 106, and they were able to win. So we still think that 100 is the par, but it's difficult for them to get there. Quite a lot of hitting had to be done in this over.
Yeah, we would need to see Larry Edwards stepping up. He does have the ability to hit the ball out of the ground. So George. And Edwards hit this one down to long on, straight to the fielder at long on, who takes a good catch. And that fielder is Jaron Noel. And certainly is a wicket I think that they would have ill afford to lose at this time.
Yeah, it was a very good catch. He struck it hard. He didn't really get the elevation that he wanted, but it was struck very firm indeed. And the fielder had done an excellent job in diving and taking it both hands. Very good catch.
So it's 75 for 5. We have 5 deliveries remaining. Laria just caught by Journal, bowled by Dana George for 3. So Nealon Pascal. But McDonald is going to face, and this one, Aggie hitting down to long on. Yeah, good shot. Just cleared the long on fielder for 6. Really picked that one up well and hit it well over long on.
Good shot. Good cricket shot. As we said last over, in the arc, he swung, got good part of the bat, cleared the boundary easy.
So Daniel McDonald, he's on 6. Dana George left from over the wicket, again he's looking to pull, and they're going just 1 run. No time in that ball went bouncing out on the onside.
A good delivery. What he did, he sort of pointed into the wicket and didn't really get speed off. He just sort of slowed up after coming off the pitch. And it was difficult for the batsman to time it properly, and he didn't. And so, just 1 run.
82 for 5. McDonald on 7. Neil and Pascal are going to face his first delivery from George. And again, Pascal looking to swing, but just pulling his body away. This one really looked as though it was in the slot, but again, he's looking to swing across. He made no contact. As we see, keeper Teddy Bishop keeping up. This is driven. Down to long off. Noel again comes in. 1 more.
Good bowling. Not giving the batsman the opportunity to get under it. So he hit it all along the ground.
So just 2 deliveries left. And Daniel McDonald. Really good bowling right up, and really no room, and certainly that has been the final delivery. 83 for 5 after 10 overs, and I do believe that Clove challengers will feel happy about the bowling display.
Yeah, but I think that the wicket has proven that the better bowling side is the one that will emerge, and a good bowling performance, but a wicket with this little bit of assistance. The bowlers that utilize it the most will benefit. I think it is still a good, not the best of score, but it's still a challenging score on the surface.
Well, just to give you a best scorecard, Ginger Generals batting first, 83 for 5. Keon George, Scott Gordon bowl Denroy Charles for 12, and he faced 13 deliveries, hit 2 fours. Anil Matthew caught net bowl Buddy 15, 14 deliveries, and he batted for 17 minutes, also hit 2 fours. Roland Cato caught 4-side bowl Thomas 27, 15 deliveries, 20 minutes. And he had 3 sixes. Wival Benjamin bowled by Noel for 12, 8 deliveries, 7 minutes and 2 fours. Larry Edwards, he went Larry Edwards, he went for 5 deliveries, and Daniel McDonald not out 7, Pascal not out 1, 83 for 5. Jamie Body 2 overs, no maiden 20 runs, 1 wicket. Dana George 2 overs, no maiden 13 runs, 1 wicket. Darren Ned 1 over, 8 runs, no wicket. Gerald Noel 2 overs, 13 runs, 1 wicket. And Denoy Charles also picked up 1 wicket, 7 runs. Casimir Thomas, and 1 for 22. I think all the bowlers sort of really bowled pretty well, and having been able to have them Ginger Generals 83 for 5 with the likes of K2 and so forth, I think they would have done well.
Yes, they did, and as I said, it's the type of surface that will give a bit of assistance to the bowlers, but the wicket by itself is not all that matters. You have to put it right, and so you have to give them credit for the performance of restricting the side to just 83.
Yes, and as we look at the first game and the bowling of Saffron strikers, again that indicates the importance of the bowlers, bowling well, using really skill, variation, even though they does not have what one would want to see top name bowlers. But I think the bowlers use a lot of wisdom, a lot of guile, and they have proven that all it needs is that you play together as a team and you bowl with a lot of common sense.
Yeah, I think on that surface, the important thing is to pitch the ball on the right place, because you're going to get some bit of assistance. As you saw, the pacers are able to move the ball, the spinners turn it, the wicket had some bounce in it, some didn't rise as expected. So, putting all of that together, it sort of favors the bowlers a bit. And you see the scores for today, 83, 106, 89. So we sort of par around that score. And so I still think that it will still be a challenge for the batting side.
Well, you're certainly right. 106 scored this morning by Nutmeg Warriors, by Saffron Strikers, and one would have thought easily Nutmeg Warriors would have get there. They went for 81. Now we have seen here that Ginger Generals got 83. So, as you said, it can still be competitive. If you're able to pick up all the wickets, you can still be competitive.
Yes, definitely. So we look forward to what will transpire. Is it a heavy or a light roller there, Cooney?
Well, I would want to think it's a heavy roller. Okay. It's a heavy roller.
I'll just say the roller.
Yeah, just making sure that the wicket keep. But generally, I would think that the pitches would have played very well yesterday. This morning maybe just had a little more moisture today, and I think, but still, with the moisture, team was able to get up to 106 and still win the game.
And they batted first.
Yeah. Obviously, the wicket was set along a lot more and probably better for the second game. And the first team just got 83.
Yeah, I think they will be a little bit disappointed with the final score, but will still have some sort of hope within them that the way the wicket is being playing, that he still has a better opportunity to pick up wickets and restrict the runs.
Yeah, you just need to bowl in the right areas and variation. We see spinners just seem to be doing pretty well, keeping things, a few exceptions, but keeping things pretty quiet. As we look at, we are in game number 5, and if we look at those games played so far, the spinners have been doing pretty well.
Yeah, either they restrict or they pick wickets, and I think there has been the strength of the bowling so far. But the team, what are their strengths? I notice Pascal is there. Is it Redhead is there? So that's 2 pacers.
Yeah, I think it seems as though this team would probably rely on more pace. As we look at it, we have Larry Edwards as one of the top spinners on that team. Daniel McDonald also bowl a bit of spin. Generally, Nicholas Redhead, you have Pascal. You also have K2 that normally, can be very effective, tight. We haven't seen him bowl yesterday, but You know, these are the sort of bowlers that they have. So again, you're probably going to rely on the faster bowlers. Well, we just about beginning to the reply of Clove challengers, and they going to try to get to 84 for victory. We certainly do expect a keen contest.
Aside the fact of the bowlers bowling, I think the feeling in a low score like that will be very crucial, very essential, that you take your catches and you feel well.
Yeah, they would want to pick up all the wickets just to make some early inroads if they really are going to fight back in this encounter.
83 for 5. That's the figure that you want to look at. Had a good lunch, Ali?
Not as yet. Not on that. It's just that I haven't eaten as yet.
Ali developed, of course, maybe one of those late eaters. But he's as fit as a fiddle, so you don't have to worry about whether he is under eating or overeating. Man of great moderation.
Well, the size is one thing, but it's after you do what you do, you know, like jog around or climb the stairs, then you fit this hotel.
So, a little change here in Denron Lewis, who's going to come in as Ali de Billet, would go and have a bit of lunch. So, change of generals, 83 for 5. That was their total. And so the challengers are going to respond. Maybe not enough.
Average is a par score.
We always think, though, that it's so important to get up to that 100 mark.
But I think the Ginger Generals should have a very good bowling lineup, you know, and they think that they can be rather competitive with the strong bowling lineup they have.
Neil and Pascal will be starting off for them, and it'll be Kimo Peters opening with Teddy Bishop. So the victory target being 84. The run rate required, they've got to score at 8.40 to get there. Here is Pascal with the first delivery to bowl to Peters outside the off stump. Good carry. Leaves it alone. Collected behind the stumps. They don't have a lot to play with. That's important. That'll be in the back of their mind. So they've got to be as tight as possible. And they don't want Peters and Bishop to get off to a rousing start. Third man.
Yeah,
backward point. Cover square, extra cover. Pascal is in. Bowls outside the off stump. A bit away swing. Beautifully bowled. Pitched touchdown. And then moved off the pitch. One of the characteristic features of his bowling that he is not lost at all in Pascal tends to get the ball to move away from the right-handed batsman, and he's done that consistently over the years. Moves in again and bowls outside the off stump. Again, you can see that lateral movement away from the right-handed batsman. That one was a little wider. Maybe he might be encouraged or advise Pascal to bring the ball closer to the batsman's body, so that the away movement would hit the bat and then carry to the keeper. Just wonder too whether there should not be a slip-in process put there. Here is Pascal in, bowls outside the off stump, has a swish at that one. Peters doesn't make contact. Again, the keeper comes into play, collects the ball behind the stump. So 4 deliveries gone, and he hasn't made contact with them.
very good bowling there by Neil Pascal, getting the ball to swing away from the right hand of the batsman. I definitely think they should get a slip in there. So in case there's an edge.
Yeah, that's my thoughts too. Here is Pascal in now and bowls. Ooh, an absolute beauty. Again, touching down outside the arse stump. Moving further away. This time he had to play, sort of squared him up. Collected behind the stumps. Well bowled. It'll be interesting if we have a maiden over. We've not had a maiden over in the tournament so far. Let's see whether you can break that sequence. Here is Pascal in, bowls to Peters outside the arse stump, looking to drive, doesn't make contact. So the first over being completed, a maiden over, well bowled by Neil and Pascal, and Clove challengers facing 6 balls and not a run on the board. Fine start by Neil and Pascal.
Pretty much so. Very good start there by Neil and Pascal. I think the Clove challengers, they're off to a very sedated start, but the Ginger Generals would be happy with such a start after a very poor batting display in their first innings.
Yes. So looks it's going to be picking it up.
Larry Edwards.
Larry Edwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He's very meticulous about his field placing. The offside is filled with players. There's a backward point, cover square, conventional cover, right back on the edge of the circle. Then there is an extra cover, mid-off, long on is right back on the boundary and the deep mid-wicket. So those are the 2 players that are out on the boundary line as Edwards is in and bowls and is stuck down to backward square. That's going to go all the way for 4. Bad delivery, badly lined, and he just got onto the back foot and helped it on its way down to the boundary for 4. Easy. So they're off the mark. Teddy Bishop, he's gone to 4, and he'll be advised to try and emulate what Neil and Pascal did. Not to spray down the leg side. Pascal was just outside the off stump, and he's got a supporting cast in the circle on the offside. Edwards is in now, comes forward, well bowled, nicely flighted delivery, bat and pad close together. Is Bishop playing the ball out on the outside, the bowler just running through on his follow through, a little bit to his left, picks up and goes back in a workman-like manner. Edwards again in and bowls, well bowled again, pushes it back just on the outside of the wicket, and Edwards moves in, collects the ball and goes back to his bowling mark, left arm orthodox, round the wicket, and bowls now, and he's driving, the catch is going to be taken, good catch, that's gone. Well, it's completed there, completed by Wavell Benjamin. The ball was struck back to the bowler. Now he parried it, went up but didn't grasp it, and Wavell Benjamin was in fact backing up behind him. The catch has been taken, something like a relay if you want to put it that way, and so Bishop goes for 4, caught by Benjamin of the bowling of Edwards, and so Clove challengers. They've lost the first wicket as he goes back rather disconsolately.
Yeah, I think very good wicket there by the Ginger Generals. They're actually happy with such wicket. The big wicket of Teddy Bishop. Teddy Bishop is a very good batsman, talented young batsman. And here we have Cyprian Forsyth, captain of the Clove Challengers, coming to bat at number 3.
Well, interesting. Not very often you see those kinds of dismissals. But Edwards, the ball came back sharply at him, thrust his hand up, parried it, and Wavell Benjamin, who was fielding there at mid-off and is still there, came in and ended up taking a dolly.
Yes, he's rather excited too.
Here he is bowling to Forsyth, wrapped on the pad. There is an appeal for leg before, not given out by the umpire. That seemed to be slanting down the leg side from here. Delivery rushed through, looking to turn it up on the onside. Forsyth didn't make contact, wrapped him on the pad, and the closing fielders all went up. He's not quite ready, Cyprian. Forsyth. So the umpires call a dead ball. So here he is once more. Moving in is Edward. And the ball's to Forsyth, who is coming forward and plays the ball out to extra cover. As Keon George runs across very quickly, picks up. The over comes to an end. A successful over there for Larry Edwards. And the total now 4 for 1 as he picked up a very important wicket.
All right, so after 2 overs, it's 4 for 1. A very sedated start there by Clove challengers, chasing a total of 84 for victory. But I think Neil and Pascal said the trend in the first over and was continued there by the next bowler.
Yes, they're going to continue with him. There's some captains who will tend to keep a bowler, for the latter half of the innings. There's some other captains, their philosophy is that if this bowler is doing very well, even if he has to bowl him out, then he's going to do that. So here he is, and outside the off stump, McDonald, Redhead, beg your pardon, who was maybe striding for a little bit of pace there, just too wide. Confirmed the wide by the umpire. So there is a third man, backward point, and got no slips in. Cover. Extra cover is short in. Then there's a long off and a conventional mid on. Here is Redhead now in bowls outside the off stump. Makes a flailing shot behind that ball, but didn't really seek to get on top of it. Here's Chemo Peters. And the ball goes into the grasp of the keeper. So Peters has faced already 7 deliveries and he's yet to score. Now that's not really good batting at all. He has a lot of redemption to do. As Nick Redhead moves in to bowl outside the off stump. Peters looking to drive that. Wasn't quite drivable. And ball going into the glove of the keeper. Doesn't make contact. Called down now by his captain Cyprian Forsyth. Maybe telling him to get behind the ball and look for a single. But with 8 deliveries already faced by Chemo Peters and hasn't yet scored, that doesn't do good for his team at all. Here is Reddit in now and bowls, turns it down to backward square, gets his first run. This might even go all the way. Yes, it does. 4 runs. Turned it nicely. And the outfield is rather quick, I dare say. And it went down behind square for 4, so finally he's gotten off the mark. 4 runs. I thought he handled it very well.
Yeah, had a good shot there by Chemo Peters. I think he actually listened to the advice of his keeper, get behind the ball and just glidely down the leg side for 4 runs.
Yeah, sometimes players try to hit the ball too hard. This time he just clipped it neatly off the toes. Redhead gets one that really bonks. Beautiful delivery. And there was a bit of inward movement too. And he ran all the way up and sort of steered the batsman. And they're just pumping up each other and encouraging one another out there. That's good. Let's look at delivery. Ponged it in short. It was in fact close to the glove. Well bowled. Goes back is Redhead. None for 5 so far. He's bowled 4 deliveries in this over. Very beautiful approach, almost like Alan Dolan. Wraps him on the pad. There's an appeal for leg before. The batsman will in fact take the single as the ball ricocheted and went out on the offside just behind point. And coming in very quickly was there Daniel McDonald, who picked the ball up. Batsman had time to cross for a single. Alan Donald is the person that comes to mind whenever you see Nicholas Redhead coming in. He's got a similar approach, maybe not obviously not good as Alan is, but lovely approach there. Here he is now on bowls, and that's hit to mid wicket. The catch is taken, gone. Gone. Cut at forward short leg. He was looking to clip that over the mid-wicket area and didn't really cue it very well. And the fielder moving across to his left gathered sufficient ground, took the catch. We'll have to determine who took the catch. Didn't quite pick up the player, but they've lost the second wicket challengers as he goes back rather disconsolately. And did you pick up who took the catch?
Well, that's a very big wicket there for the Ginger Generals. The captain Cyprian Forsyth going without scoring. I think it's actually a very, very good start there by Clove Challengers and by Ginger Generals, sorry. And we have General Charles coming in as the new batsman, and actually the run rate has actually climbed up to 10.57 per over.
Yeah, you don't want it to get much higher than that though, really. Just don't. So 3 overs gone, 10 for 2. We're told that Fraser is the one who took the catch from mid-wicket. So, this doesn't look very good for Clove Challengers at all. 2 for 10. And here is Reynolds charge. So the bowling change, is it? Right, and moving into bowl to Charles. Charles comes forward and pushes the ball out to extra cover. George comes in very quickly, prevents any chance of a single. There is another delivery that they would in fact get the single now, as Kian George, who was a little bit just verging on the circle, had to come in and move a little bit to his left. The batsman saw the opportunity for the single. So Denroy Charles is off the mark, brings Kimo Peters into strike, who's on 4. Interesting match developing here. Here is Charles in bowls and looking to hike that over mid-wicket, doesn't make contact. And the keeper not collecting cleanly. No harm done though, but it is a dot ball. As Charles again moves in to bowl to hits that just over the head of long on, and that's going to go into the boundary for 4. Well, he hit it very well, didn't seek to give it much elevation, but it was flat and hit hard. And the fielder down there, Cato, who sort of jumped but saw that he wasn't able to pull off the catch, and it went down to the boundary for 4. This time it's Tug just behind square. He was looking to hit that much straighter, maybe over mid-wicket. Took the inner portion of the bat, gets a single down behind square on the leg side. So 1 more to his total. Total has gone out to 16 for 2. Here is a delivery that is outside the off stump, and pushed down to extra cover.
So that's complete the end of the 4th over. Clove Challengers are actually 16 for 2 at the end of the 4th over.
So 16 for 2 after 4. The run rate is just climbing to 11.03. So they had the opportunities there in the power play. I don't think they capitalized on it very well at all. Redhead would come in with his second over. He's going to be moving into bowl to Charles. There he is in bright sunshine. Moves past the umpire now and bowls. Beautiful delivery outside the off stump. And Kimo Peters seemed stuck in the crease. He didn't really push out at it, beg your pardon. He just seemed to just stay there and push the bat. Redhead goes back. Has a very good work ethic. Does work very hard. Charles, beg your pardon. taking strike. I did say Peters, I'm sorry. Looking to turn it out on the onside. Short rising delivery. Doesn't make contact. Is Charles. Just got onto the back foot. And was looking just to squeeze it behind square. Ball may have just rushed onto him a little faster than anticipated. Cannon into the thigh pad. Couldn't get the single. So Peters is 5. Charles also on 5. Total 16 for 2. As once more Redhead is in now and bowls turned up on the onside. They will get a comfortable single up on the onside. Just behind square rather. And so he gets his 6th run is Charles. Brings Chemo Peters into strike, so a lot depends upon these two. The run rate now 3.78. That's not good. They will have to accelerate here. But this has been a very good bowling performance so far by Nick Redhead, who comes in once more in and bowls, and he gets a short rising delivery, which I thought he did very well with. Peters went right on top of it and just pushed it out to short extra cover, and ended up without a single. 18 for 2.
Very good bowling there by Redhead again. I think he's using his piece wisely and the short deliveries wisely also.
And ably supported by the fielders. Here he is once more. Bowled him! Bowled him! That's a marvelous delivery. Right up in the block hole. And he was advancing down the track and was looking to hit that Denver Charles. Looking to hit that maybe straight over the bowler's head. And the middle stump, when catapulting, violently plucked out of the ground. The bail spattered. And so Denver Charles goes for 6. They've lost another wicket. It's now 18 for 4.
Yeah, I think very good bowling there by Redhead. I think it's a poor shot there by Denroy Charles. Redhead keep the ball full onto the stumps, and he missed, and definitely Redhead hit.
Oh. It was a sort of old-fashioned dismissal where the middle stump was plucked out of the ground, and the batsman had to turn and go back. But it was a wonderful delivery. Pitched up. Came forward, was driving, and beat him all ends up. Beaten for pace. And was comprehensively bowled. So they're in further trouble as Darren Ned now joins Chemo Peters. Well.
They both have a hard task on their hand.
Yeah, the batsmen have had to struggle in today's matches. Redhead is in now and bowls to Ned. Ned has a big swish at that one outside the off stump. Doesn't make contact. The over comes to an end. So we're at the halfway stage of the innings, and it's a sorry sight. 18 for 3. Ned is yet to score. Peters is 6. And I think we're going to have a double change here, would we? Yes, so Ali De Bella, smiling Ali De Bella, who in fact got his lunch and looks a much happier person. And he'll be joined by Raphael Crony.
As said, the wicket being given a bit of assistance, but it has been exploited by the pace and nearly all the bowlers, because Edwards himself has bowled spin and has taken 1 for 4.
The second over, Edwards' delivery being pushed back along the wicket by Peters. 18 for 3 in the 6th over. Left arm over the wicket. Push down the wicket. There could be a run out here. Really close one there, and Edwards looking to hit the non-strikers in wicket. Just missed there. but look very close as they scamper that single. And 19 for 3.
But they need to try to get as many runs as possible, so not surprising.
This one is comes off the edge, goes down to short third man. Again, Peters looking here to hit it probably squarer. He pick up a single in the process. He's 8 from 16 deliveries. 7 from 16 deliveries. Net is on 1. Edwards. This one is caught. This goes down to the backward point boundary for 4. As went just through the fielder, pass misfield by the fielder at backward point.
I like this
awkward bounce.
I think that he more tried to take it with the body than with the hands, and he got past him. A good shot though. He struck it well.
Peters again, he's bowled him again, looking again for the big shot. He seems to be playing wrong this delivery a bit, and this just crash into the stumps. And yet another wicket. Kimo Peters being bowled by Larry Edwards, and he goes for 11.
Again, you know, from here we think that probably the better shot is to play straight, but I think Larry Edwards is not a regular type bowler we see here. Maybe Sawyer,
Dennis George.
Dennis George is something similar to that. His left arm, but he gets the ball to come into the right-hander. And the previous delivery moved away and he was able to cut it. This one came into him and he played all around it, probably expecting it to go the other way. And so he was bowled.
Yeah, well, Larry Edwards, as we know, just concluded playing for the Volcanoes in the Super 50 Cup, and he did a tremendous job in terms of picking up wicket and also keeping things very tight. So he's a bowler with experience. He have also represented Volcanoes in the West Indies first class 4-day game. West Indies under 19 player. Certainly he's a bowler of experience. And we have seen him again bowling very well. His second over. So far he picked up 2 for 10. So he bowled to the left-handed Bronson Johnson. This ball is stroked nicely by Johnson down to mid-off, and he ambles a single. So he's off the mark. The score 25. I make it for 4.
Yeah, and both batsmen are on 1. So 6 overs has been completed, is it? Yeah, 6 overs. So just 4 overs left, and still.
Yes, certainly have been a difficult start. Remember, they need to get up to 84 for victory, and really, it has been really tough going for the batsmen.
Yeah, today has been a bowler's day. As I said previously, it's a new wicket. It's not the one they played on yesterday, and as we say, a bit more juice in the wicket today. So the ball is carrying more, it's bouncing a bit more pacey also. And from yesterday to today, a lot of the batsmen really has not made that adjustment.
Pascal or Fraser pick it up from that southern end, and he'll be bowling to the left-handed Johnson. Right arm over the wicket. Johnson again looking to steer. We'll wait for the umpire signal. This is going to go good stop by the fielder there, and they completed 2, and that seemed to come off the bat and just eluded the keeper.
Yes, got no signal.
So that's 2 runs to Johnson. He's on 3. 27 for 4. in over number 7. Fraser again right up, and Johnson looking to drive, but he had come down on this one really very hard. Just went out on the offside. One more.
Good bowling by Fraser so far. He has kept the ball right up. The field gives you the impression that he would be bowling a bit short. The men spread on the boundary on the leg side, but he has not done that yet. He has kept it right up, forcing the batsman to defend.
Darren Ned. Again, good bowling there by Fraser. Ned looking for the big hit and really had to adjust a slower delivery and push it out on the offside, and the cover fielder fields. That's one more. But really skillful bowling by Fraser.
Yeah, but I really understand the field plays into his bowling, because there's a deep middle wicket, a deep square leg, a long on and a long off, and he has kept the ball right up.
Again, beaten outside the off stump. Johnson, slower delivery, and batsman having to reach for it. So we have seen that some of the bowlers really have been using a lot of variation in terms of the slow ball, and we have seen it work into the, particularly on this track, which probably is not as good for batting as the one we played on yesterday. And this one, he's swinging there, and appeal went up. Let's see the signal. Leg by there. So again, he was looking for the big, and this one just seemed to stay down a bit.
Yeah, and that's the. Yeah, definitely beating legs down by a long way. But again, and the wicket in itself is too pace, and when the bowlers exploit it by themselves adjusting the bowl at different pace, it becomes even more difficult for the batsman. And I think, as we said, you really had to be batting here today.
This one is hit down to the fielder at long off, who comes actually dropped the catch. One thought really he should have held on to this one.
Well, I think his timing was poor. He didn't come in as quickly as he should have, and he as we watch the replay, he didn't come in as quick. He stood up, he waited and tried to take it very low, and he just popped out. He should have been trying to get it much higher.
Yeah, a bit of misjudgment there. And as the concluded 7th over, and it's 31 for 4. Still need 53 from 18 deliveries. Not impossible, but certainly, based on what has gone before, it seems very difficult.
Yes, and Pascal coming to bowl this over at this end. And, a little bit surprised. Is that Pascal?
Yeah, Neilon Pascal, and he has, I think, bowled a maiden over. His first over was a maiden over. I don't think, probably just need to check to see if it's the first maiden we had for the tournament. Yes, it is the first maiden over for the tournament. And we can see so much about Pascal in terms of his skill, being able to move the ball away, particularly from the right-handed batter.
And that's why I thought you'd have been better bowling at the southern end, because the breeze coming across. But let's see.
He's up to the wicket. This one is hit high. Where does this go? And goes over the boundary, wide long off for 6. Again, pitched up, and Ned taking full advantage, really swung. He had some room there, and he swung at it and hit it over. He just went over a wide long off for a welcome 6. 37 for 4 in over number 8. Pascal in his second over. He'll full to the bat, and certainly will be is no ball, and probably that just took him really high up. Maybe it's a helmet. Certainly that is one that probably will slip there. We're probably going to see the replay as a free hit, no ball.
Did the batsman, I like to see the replay, did the batsman actually charge wrong at him?
I don't think it didn't seem there from there, but seemed to be taking in probably the back of the head. But yeah, he seems to be okay. I would think that this is one that would have slipped from Pascal. Another short ball on it, and he's hit in the helmet. Again being hit in the helmet, short delivery, and again Johnson they looking to pull. Just seem to be taking the helmet. Really, yeah, it's just on the helmet there. Just showing some attention there. But again, really wasn't in position there as he looked to pull. Seem to be up.
I think he's been advancing at the deliveries, and Pascal has been bowling pretty quick. So the medics are out.
Yeah, we just seen the physio just run out there. Just seem to be taken high up. He's still standing
and laughing. So
yeah, seem to be in good position. At least it's hitting high up. Well, certainly an interesting over. We have seen the first ball being hit for 6. Then we have seen Darren Ned from a full ball being hit somewhere behind the head. And now we have seen Johnson also being hit.
Yeah, but I thought I think the wicket has been given some assistance, and the ball is coming up a bit sharper than yesterday. And so a Pascal or any one of the good fast bowlers, as we saw from Redhead and Pascal in the first over, the ball seems to be leaping off the wicket rather than just coming through. And as a result, it'll be much more difficult to play the short pitch deliveries. And the batsmen are incurring that now.
Yes, certainly he was beaten for pace as he was looking to. He was probably caught midway as he was looking to pull. One is the pace and also the bounce. But just going back to the point you make about Pascal bowling from this northern end, it's something that we don't seem to see regular in terms of we would have in our time look at the direction of the wind. Based on the style of the bowler, then you know which end would suit him best. Well, Pascal is going to continue from this northern end. Ned is driving cover that's gone through the covers, extra cover for 4, pitched up. Ned came forward and really hit it well, timed it well, and well, even the mid-off only had to go to retrieve it. That went for 4.
There is a second shot that has been played in that same position, and no adjustment to the field. The extra cover not come wrong a bit.
This one is played to cover. But as you're making a point in terms of you look at particularly your 4 fast or even fast bowler, even spinners. As we know, the off spinner would have bowled from this northern end.
Well, I have played for over 10 years for Grenada, and I bowled 1 or 2 overs from the northern end. I bowled all my overs when I club cricketer for national team on one end.
Johnson hitting straight back, and this is drop play by Pascal. Pitch up, and he hit it straight back to him.
Well, he has got hit from Pascal, so I suspect he's returning the favor.
Yeah, Pascal didn't expect it. It was falling away to his left. And just put the hands out. Yeah, but after his first over, one would have thought he'd want to bring him back from that over. First maiden, and this one is driven down to long off. And one more. It's 46.
And the veterans at the game, like a Pascal bowling pace, I will give him his 2 overs, one after the other. The basic is that when he rests and has to return, the muscles need to charge back up again, and that will take a little while. And so he had an excellent first over, and probably I would have gone straight into him bowling his second.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you. And I know he came back from the opposite end. You would want to make sure that end will give more help to the bowler that's taking the ball away from the bat, whether it's a leg spinner or the fast bowler that moves the ball away. So we conclude the end of the 8th over, 46 for 4.
38 of 13.
So 38 required of 13. Fraser is going to bowl the second over. His first over went for 6. And he's right arm over the wicket to Johnson. And Johnson again not timing. Again we see the variation coming into play there. Slower delivery by Fraser. And it went bouncing down to mid-on for 1. It's 47. Darren Ned on 14 from 8 deliveries. Hit 1-4, 1-6.
And a very strange set field has been used for all the bowlers with the deep square leg and the deep mid wicket, and no one in the mid wicket.
This one is hit down to hit over long on a good shot, good pick up there by Ned, and really hit a big 6. Huge hit by.
He tried a slower delivery and it was wide. He had the leverage, he had the time, and a wicket like that, the wicket itself offers you the slower delivery. So with the different bounce, you don't need as a bowler to try. You just come and put it there. The wicket will do the rest.
Yeah, well, the first delivery was also a slow one to Johnson. He didn't get hold of it. This one goes in the air, and let's see, the third man is running back. Let's see, certainly, and they come back for 2 runs. A very difficult catch, having to run back there, and really he was not able to get his hands on it.
Well, I think what happened there is one of the things that we saw, that when the ball comes down to this end, it tends to be forced backward, so you tend to go past the ball at some point in time, and that's what exactly happened to the fielder. In fact, he went so far past it that it fell behind him.
That's Weevil Benjamin. This one is hit again down to over long on for another 6. So Darren Ned moves to 28, and really is playing the sort of inning that is necessary. This was a full toss and really hit well over that long and area for 6.
He needs to try to pitch. I think he's trying too many different things. You need to just get the ball in the right line and right length. The wicket will do the rest. The batsman must hit, so try to be as accurate as possible.
23 from 9. Ned 28 from 11. And Fraser hit down to long off. Let's see, the fielder just dropped one bounce. The fielder at long off, they coming in. So Ned again looking for the maximum. 62 for 4. 8.4 was 8 deliveries to go. 22 runs needed. You probably come down to the wire.
Yeah, 2 sixes or so now will.
Johnson. And he's swinging and missing outside the off stump, and that conclude the over. So
22
of the final over. Johnson on 6.
It is important to note who will be bowling that final over.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see who is going to bowl over. We haven't seen Roland Keto bowl yet.
Is it?
But 22 from the last over.
21.
McDonald.
And he's been bowling his first over.
Yeah, McDonald's going to bowl this final over. And he'll be bowling to Darren Ned, who has shown that he can clear the boundary with ease. And he does it once again over mid-wicket. Really a big six into the stands. Certainly far from over.
Yeah, well, it's not the first time I've seen it, and it's a bit surprised that in a 10-10 you're bringing on a person who have not yet bowled to bowl that final over. And in a situation like this, especially winning, chasing, if you're bowling in the first innings, it's different. But when you're chasing and you need that sort, you put pressure on him, and that's his first over. And it's not a high. If he probably was one of the top bowlers, he would have been bowling already. So.
Right arm off spin to Ned. Ned is looking to hit this one, go over third man, and going to go close to the boundary, and it's seem to go over the boundary. Let's wait on the umpire signal.
A lot of diving took place down there.
4 runs being signaled there. Again, going for the big hit. And ball coming off there, flying over third man. And as we look at the replay, Ali just seem to get into the boundary. So 72 for 4. So 10 from 2 deliveries, 12 from 5, and really it has no come down really to the end. And one would think you would want to still favor the batting team. Ned playing a really good hand, 39 from 14.
And then if you have noticed that Johnson has retired.
Yeah.
And whether is it injury or strategy, because you need quick runner.
Ned is driving. This is 4 more runs over extra cover. Really good shot. And he moves quickly to 43, 76 for 4.
But not to show that you're asking a player to come to bowl that final over. That's the second time I've seen it, and I'm not impressed with that. You're asking too much of the player. Especially if he's not a frontline bowler. Now, if he's, then you save him up for that final over. But in a case like that, I thought it was risky, and it seems that he has backfired on them.
Yeah, but we have certainly seen that the quicker bowlers tend to get something out of the wicket. And, you know, we don't want to think that you're probably going to use maybe some of your quicker bowlers to conclude.
What Kato bowl? That's a medium.
Bowls off spin.
Off spin.
That he does bowl a sort of seam also that could make it very difficult. 76 for 4. 4 deliveries to go, 8 runs needed. Daniel McDonald, right arm off spin, shot in the air, and let's see, going to clear. Goes over long off for another 6. And really has been a tremendous inning by Darren Ned. He moves to 49. It's 82 for the loss of 4 wickets.
And it's over.
Just 2
runs needed from
2 runs needed. And really it has been a big over. 22 needed in the last over. And we had 20 from 4 deliveries.
Well, a lot of advice has been given to him. No, I think it's a bit late. The only thing about it, he tried turning the ball, he tried spinning the ball, and I don't think that was what was necessary at this stage. So it's all over.
So that's 20 from 4 deliveries, Daniel McDonald. As he's now going to come around the wicket as we see the field. And it's interesting now in terms of the field that you set just 2 runs. As this one is hit down to long off, and the batsman take 1, and just 1 there. He's looking to go back for 2, but 1.
So why did he want to take 2?
So the score are level. still one delivery to go. 83 with one delivery to go. And let's see, it'll be interesting to see what happens here in terms of the field placement.
Yeah, the captain just getting the message, so they feel obviously will be coming right in.
And
Will they go to a super over?
well, that's highly possible. But we see the fielders just coming in. Third man short. Cover point cover. Still find the cover is out because here.
Well, cover must be sleeping, guys. Let's see why he is there.
Yeah, the cover is still
if the
going.
ball goes to him as a single.
Still going back, and we
still going on the edge. They're still putting someone on the boundary.
Yeah, the long one is also back.
I don't think they understand the game, Cooney. It's one run needed for victory.
This is really, really interesting to see it. Because really have been so far pulled over by McDonald, 21-5.
We know we liked fanfare, and probably they are hoping that he try to hit a boundary to get the run, but I think
a lot of discussion is taking place. We see
the umpires trying to clarify the score.
Both umpires coming together. But, 83 for 4 and 9.5 overs.
No, they look all about over before the last over, and that's why you have to go to the end.
Yeah.
Very poor over. It's slow attempted off spin. Most of the deliveries were short. They didn't turn. They had nothing, no vigor in it, and really, not too sure would have been the best post. If that is his bowling, if it's a bad over, hard luck. But if that's the way he bowled, it would not have been the best person to bowl that last over.
Yeah, I agree with you. And Ned is on 50 from 17 deliveries. So he has really played a tremendous inning, really turned things around when it looked all over. But 22 needed in that final over.
Even the two boundaries that went, what would have been sort of extra cover. I was wondering why he was hitting straight. In nearly all his deliveries, he attempted to hit straight, and it was surprising that he didn't plug that gap, and 8 runs went there.
So Ned has hit in 17 deliveries. He had hit 5 sixes and 3 fours. And he's going to bolt.
So, I still don't understand why they put in players where if the ball goes to them as a single.
So there's still a wide long one and a long one on the boundary. I guess obviously the intention that he might try to go for the big hit and get caught. I think that's the only thing I could be thinking about.
Even the cover, if the ball goes to the cover, is back.
The cover is back even. More movements. Redhead now coming to a shot mid-on, wide. And I probably would have put him in a little straighter. And this one is hit for 4. Short, yes. Delivery hit down to backward point. They're not going to reach the boundary, but they're going to run for 2. And certainly they have been a tremendous victory there, really coming from behind there and being able to end up winning this game. Certainly a tremendous inning by Darren.
Yes, well, you have to give him credit for his batting performance. I think he took it where it looked all gone and really turned the game around with some lusty hitting. Even though it was really the last over that he really got loose, because some 22 runs were scored in the last over.
Yeah, really have been a good victory, when I think we all would have felt that it was lost. But he really came back and played a tremendous inning. And even that 85 runs, as we said, 83, was very challenging.
Yeah, and we made the point that if you bowl well, because prior to the last over, you still needed 20 runs to win, and so the bowling side was on top at that point in time.
I would think they probably took certain things for granted with 22 in the last over. But as we've seen today, 25 runs were scored very easy in 1 over. So as we we look at the
I think the last 2 overs were very expensive.
yeah, very expensive. Fraser,
Yeah.
or even though he bowled a very good over, would have gone for a big over. And then we saw the batting of Darren Ed, who was known for his fast bowling. Represented West Indies at the under 19 levels as a fast bowler, but has shown the ability to bat. I think he would have scored a century in one of our top games. I think it was a Super 50. So really he has shown that ability to bat, and today he has done it very well. Just a bit of the scorecard. Kimo Peters, he went for 11. Teddy Bishop, he went for 4. Cyprian Forsyth didn't score. Denroy Charles went for 6. Darren had 15 not out, 17 deliveries, 3 fours and 5 sixes. Bronson Johnson retired out for 6. We certainly hope that he's okay, being hit in the head. Dana George not out 2. And the bowling Pascal 2 overs for 14. Pascal, who would have done very well in his first over, bowled the first maiden of the tournament. Larry Edwards 2 for 11. Nicholas Redhead 2 for 7. Fraser, who had a expensive over the last over he bowled, none for 21. And Daniel McDonald in his only over that he bowled went for 23, which really would have turned the match around.
You look at the last 2 bowlers, they actually got 44 runs between the both of them, which is nearly half of the score.
So we just had an exciting match, which just ended in victory for Clove challengers, and certainly that at game number 5 just been concluded. We know just about 15 minutes short of the final game for the day, game number 3, and that game would be between Cinnamon Pacers versus Bayleaf Blasters. So we are going to take a break right here and just get ready for that second game, which would start in the next 15 minutes. So hope that you will join us then.